If you know exactly what you're going to deal with, even before the emergency responders leave their base, they are totally prepared. And sometimes if you don't know, you will be over prepared, meaning you're taking a little bit more time to leave. And having the right information actually reduces the risk immensely. And even things like ultimately, it's all about reducing the risk for the public as well as protecting your liability.
Welcome to the Environmental Transformation Podcast, where we bring you interviews with industry leaders, climate champions, sustainability practitioners, EHS and hazmat professionals making an impact in their businesses today. Each leader solving complex challenges and delivering solutions within their areas of expertise. I'm your host, Sean Grady, and thanks for joining us today. Before we jump in, make sure to follow us on your devices and visit my website at www.seankgrady.com and sign up for our newsletter and email announcements. Now let's get started.
Welcome to the Environmental Transformation Podcast. I'm your host, Sean Grady. Today's guest here, we're actually recording live at the EHS Hazmat Summit this year, is Amit Bhargava. And Amit is the co-owner and founder of Enviro Apps. And we bring him on the show to talk about what his product is and what the challenge he's solving. And Amit, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Sean. Appreciate the opportunity to talk to you guys.
Yeah. So Amit, tell me a little bit about your product, the Enviro Apps, and what you currently are doing for industry.
Right. Sean, the way we started, I'm a chemical engineer by training, and I've always worked in the regulatory environmental compliance world for over 25 years now.
Okay.
And there was a persistent, painful problem that I was dealing with in the industry, the hazardous waste manifesting. And it's still...
It's always a problem.
Right.
It still is.
Yeah. So that's when I decided we'll try to solve it. And in Canada, in Alberta, they opened it up to go digital.
Okay.
And that's how we saw the opportunity to start this company and solve this problem that I was actually affected by.
Oh, are you? Oh, okay. So you're creating the digital manifest process and streamlining that for hazmat transporters in Canada.
Yeah, so that was the next pivot when we saw that there is a lot more shipments of, we call it dangerous goods.
Yep.
US calls it hazmat, but it's pretty much the same thing.
Yep.
So we saw that at least 20 to 30 times more shipments of products, hazardous materials compared to waste. And so we thought, well, this is an even bigger problem and much more needed, because we have a lot of these shipments moving around us, and we are still having the critical information on paper in the truck, which is pretty much useless in case of an emergency. And the size of the problem is massive. So in US, something like 450 million hazmat shipments happen every year.
Every year.
Canada is about 30 million.
Wow. So, the data that's created and the materials that are shipped and tracked in your system electronically, is there a way for, I guess, maybe others to, like, maybe you're a hazmat responder to a shipment that occurred and there was an accident? Is there ways to get access to that information to address the spill?
Absolutely.
How does that work?
And that's the most important piece of the equation from a society point of view, from an emergency response and public safety point of view. Because if the emergency responders do not have that critical information, they are sitting around waiting until that information arrives from somewhere else in the back office, and that could take up to an hour or two.
Yeah.
Right. And
minutes are important at that point, right?
Exactly. If you know exactly what you're going to deal with, even before the emergency responders leave their base, they are totally prepared. And sometimes if you don't know, you will be over prepared, meaning you're taking a little bit more time to leave. And having the right information actually reduces the risk immensely. And even things like ultimately, it's all about reducing the risk for the public as well as protecting your liability. And that is very efficient. We were tested by our regulator, Transport Canada, and the time it took to get that information was under 3 minutes. They had a bar they set for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
We beat that to 3 minutes, and that to like 2 minutes were spent just identifying like who's calling for this information.
Right. And
why.
just going through the app, trying to figure out where to, type in the information to pull it down. Because it was probably like in minutes or seconds when they actually had the right information.
Exactly.
Wow.
It was
Wow.
real time. Yeah.
So is the app accessible for normal, any like, I guess, fire departments or hazmat, anybody in general, but then the application users who use the system pay for the system? How's that work?
Yeah, so usually the shippers and carriers are our clients.
Right.
And we do this on their behalf. We have the data on cloud, and then let's say emergency happened, and then the 1-800 number gets called. They have read-only access to our application.
Okay.
And they can send that click of a button. They can just search for unit number of the truck, and they just click another button for email or their mobile phone number, and off it goes. And it includes the SDS. So
you'll know
another
exactly the
improvement.
product
Yeah.
information and the hazards associated with it that's being shipped. That's really good. I mean, what's the I guess the feedback from the users on like how easy it is, or how streamlined the process has been, or how it's made it more efficient in shipping?
Yeah. So for shippers and carriers, it saves them a lot of time. We've worked with clients who said it's saving me anywhere from $20 to $50 a shipment.
Oh,
And
wow.
when you add that over millions of shipments,
Oh, that's
we're
real
just
money.
wasting- Yeah,
That's real money.
yeah, and they can get paid faster through quicker invoicing, because now they're not waiting for that document to come back. So they invoice their clients. They can do that right away. And there is all this administrative burden, because you're required by law to keep these documents for minimum of 2 years.
Sure.
And that
Yeah.
creates the whole storage, paper, copying, and all of that.
Right. So it's all available online from the cloud storage. Does the system actually help carriers or transporters of, who are manufacturers that are transporting their product? Does it help them create the DOT descriptions for the actual products, or does it suggest them, or does it just have open fields for people to type in what they want?
So we have built it such that you minimize the type in.
Yep.
So you know where the product is going to start from, where it's going to go, and who's your carrier. You can pick all those things from there. And it's not just the documentation. There's other things that we are solving through this platform.
Okay, like what?
Let's say one of the key things is when the truck gets to site, does the shipper always know that this truck has been inspected and everything is good with that? Do they know if the driver training is current for hazmat?
That driver? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we can do all of that.
Some validation there, and making sure that they're properly trained, and probably if they have proper insurance, they have that. I mean,
well, that's a
you
great
could.
idea.
Yeah, I mean,
Anything could be added, whatever reduces the risk. And at the delivery end, we have got a QR code based system where the system will check before the driver has to still pull up their phone or tablet device to point it to where they're delivering.
Right.
And the system will tell them this is good to unload or not.
Okay.
So all this takes the human error element.
Yeah.
Reduces it. I mean, you can't really force people to that extent, but make it easy. This is what we have found. Make it easy and they'll use it.
Does it help carriers also maybe understand the time it takes to deliver a product? They ship it from their facility and it takes them, I don't know, say a day or so to get to the next. Does it track time and stuff so that they can understand like turnaround efficiencies and things like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Because everything is date time stamped, signatures are there. So you could run a report and you can find out how long did this delivery take.
Now, what type of like reporting is available out of the system, and are you focusing on the typical types of products of hazard classes that are being shipped, and by a particular company or in a particular region, or tell me a little bit about what type of reporting customers have been asking for?
Yeah, so far, reporting is still being developed, because as users ask us for more reports, we'll provide them. but anything that goes into the system can be surfaced out as a report. We have built it with full transparency such that the users can export that data into Excel and further do anything they want with it. And in terms of, you earlier touched upon the point of ease of use and minimizing the data entry. So we have done integrations. We have done integrations with SAP, and we can do integrations with others. So it's a matter of creating a delivery as you normally would in SAP, and then through integration, we get that data across so they can pick that delivery number, and the whole data moves into that form, creates the draft hazmat shipping document.
Oh, that's really good. Is there anything that's associated with, say, like inventory management in the system?
Not at this point, but we could.
Probably could, yeah. Talk about, maybe if you could, how you're starting to maybe use AI to advance some of the technology and the information in there to maybe make the product better.
So at times, there's always these handwritten documents. So we're starting to bring that in through OCR and AI.
Right. Okay.
And then we can also automatically estimate greenhouse gas emissions through distance calculations. And as we get more permission to deal with more data from the truck, you could go down to the level where the truck's dashboard computer provides the emissions information or the fuel usage.
From a sustainability perspective, I think a lot of clients would probably think that's a great feature. I like that. That's really good. I like that.
Sky's the limit. Like once you get out of paper, sky is truly the limit.
Sky's the limit.
Yeah.
So what does it look like for a typical customer to adopt this platform and get it started? And maybe how long does it take for them to get onboarded?
Yeah, so great question. So there is a regulatory hurdle in the US right now. The law says you must use a paper hazmat shipping document. And so some company, shipper, carrier has to apply for an special permit. And we've been talking to a few companies about that. The agency, PHMSA, is pushing for it, but they've already made it mandatory in the rail side. And they're also looking for companies to come forward and do this electronically, digitally. And it's just going to take one company to help you open it up. But in terms of proven, we've been doing this in Canada since 2020. So more than 5 years now. We were the first ones to create a legal PDG hazmat shipping document in North America.
Nice.
And now Transport Canada recently gave us a blanket approval to do this. Earlier, we would have to go with every single client to go and get an approval to go digital.
Now they're like, hey, anybody wants to talk to you, you already have the approval.
Exactly.
You don't have to come back to us.
Exactly, which removes the hurdle. Certain groups in Canada are also looking to push to make this mandatory.
Now, what type of competition are you finding in the industry, and how do they stack up against your product?
Well, interestingly, there's not a whole lot of competition, partly because the regulatory hurdle exists. And I have a regulatory compliance background. I have worked with regulators all the time.
Sure.
So I've been trying to push this. And this actually became a mission for me not too long ago. So earlier I was coming from the perspective that this is an efficiency issue.
Yeah.
But when we were doing that audit from Transport Canada, when we were going through that audit, after that audit, we passed with flying colors. And then my client comes to me and says, Amit, I was doing this for efficiency and for my teams, saving them time. But he goes and says, but that's not the real reason. I was like, what? What do you mean? And he goes on to say, the real reason is the safety of emergency responders and the public. And the light bulb went on for me. I said, I'm going to make this a mission and make sure that we get on the right path with this.
Keep people safe. That's a great point. I mean, it's the safety, the public safety for anybody, because there are a lot of wrecks.
Yes.
And, that happen with 18-wheelers, right? All the time. It's not like it's just a occasional thing. Not that it happens of course it happens every day, but it is common and people need to be prepared. And if this system is good, I mean, it would be great to see if the US could adopt an electronic manifest, hazmat manifest shipment type program. You've been mostly focused on like commercial chemical product shipments, not traditionally waste shipments. Is that correct?
Actually, we started with waste.
Oh, did you?
You
started with waste manifest. Right? Okay.
Yeah. So we do both.
Oh, you do both.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's okay. That kind of changes the equation then. So in the US, you could almost already start doing a lot of this. It's just not quote unquote ready for prime time with that, but you could use the data for tracking the shipments.
Exactly. And these, like your hazmat regulations and the haz waste regulations are both linked at some point. Right?
Oh yeah.
So you got even in Canada, we have provincial jurisdiction for waste. So provinces set their own rules.
Right.
But then they have to follow the TDG regulation, transportation of dangerous goods regulation. And that still says paper. So provinces relaxed electronic, but they would still have to print it because of the TDG regulation.
Well, that's the same argument that's going on here.
Exactly.
To be honest,
same problem.
It's the same problem.
We call it different, but there are some nuances, but it's very much similar. And we have already built it, and we are waiting for our first client to do this in the US.
Well, it sounds like if one of our U.S. clients here or an industry professional that's listening to this podcast would like to learn more about this opportunity, because, what I'm hearing is, 1, it saves time. 2, it helps you with compliance.
Exactly.
3, it protects the public. And 4, it saves money. I mean, those are top 4 things. And then, of course, let's say we'll throw in 5. 5, you've got better access to your data.
Yes, absolutely.
So there you go. I mean, sounds like it's a great opportunity. How do people learn more about Enviro Apps, Amit, and how can they get information about what you're doing and potentially reach out to you to maybe set up a demo or have a conversation?
Yeah, great question. So we have our website, www.enviroapps.ca. So that's how you can reach out to me. And there's a booking link there for a demo or a meeting, and I'll be happy to talk about and share my learnings throughout these years, and hopefully we can work together.
Oh, that would be great. Well, Amit, this has been a great, enlightening little conversation, because a lot of people, they're not aware of all these digital technologies that are out there in the industry that can help them or potentially help them. And it sounds like this, Enviro Apps is a great product, and I really appreciate you stopping by the booth here, the recording studio here, so to speak, that we're at the AHMP conference here in Louisville today. And this has been great. We'll make sure we promote this to the listeners and get this out.
Thank you, Sean. And it's really appreciated the help to spread the word. And it's really nothing stopping from going digital. Like I saw an interesting thing in the elevators. It said, the question is not is bourbon or not. That's not really the question. It's going to be digital.
It's going to happen, right?
It's going to happen.
Is it digital or not? No, it's going to be digital. It's just a matter of time, right?
Yeah.
And you just want to be one of the first runners, first people there to hopefully people will adopt the application and then help you guys continue to grow it, perfect it, and make it streamlined for other users.
Absolutely. That's what we're trying for.
Amit, this has been a great interview. Thank you for coming by. And we look forward to promoting your Enviro Apps program and your company on the show.
Thank you very much.
Hello, ET Nation. I want to thank you for listening to the podcast. If you're enjoying the interviews we bring you, consider supporting the program by visiting my website at seankgrady.com and buy me a cup of coffee. Proceeds will go towards helping me continue producing timely content and offset production costs. I'd also like to take a moment and recognize a few of our sponsors of the show who have been amazing partners and are ET Nation legends. If you're looking for a drilling and environmental contracting firm to help you delineate the extent of contamination at your site, then look no further than Cascade Environmental. Cascade has over 37 offices across the country and offers a huge range of environmental and geotechnical drilling, site characterization, and remediation services. With their huge fleet of equipment, nationwide coverage, Cascade is a great choice to support your environmental and infrastructure needs. To learn more, check out their website at cascade-env.com. That's cascade-env.com. Hey, are you looking for an equipment rental company to help you with your next wastewater remediation or waste management project? E-Tank is the only environmental equipment rental company in the industry that offers 100% guaranteed, certified clean temporary liquid storage tanks at no additional cost. This protocol gives peace of mind for the previous customer by limiting their downstream liability, as well as the future customer by preventing any cross-contamination for all of their rental tanks. E-Tank also runs a one-of-a-kind complete maintenance program for all rental items, including liquid-tight roll-off containers, fluid transfer pumps, and filtration items. The next time you are presented with an environmental challenge, call E-Tank to come up with the solution for your problem. I want to thank one of our sponsors, WasteLink. WasteLink is the all-in-one software platform transforming how environmental professionals manage waste, connecting generators, service providers, and disposal facilities in a way that is simple, connected, and transparent. Their platform helps streamline everything from waste profiling and routing to inventory management and billing, giving you the tools you need to operate more efficiently and reduce cost. Whether you're a generator looking for better options or a service provider seeking greater efficiency, WasteLink has you covered. If you're ready to take control of your waste management processes and optimize your business, visit wasteLink.com to schedule a demo today.